This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
There is a podcast no one asked for. A podcast you never knew you didn't want. 3 beers in. This is the podcast.
I anticipate a deeply religious experience.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Up Too Early with Ross and Chance.
Hey, Chance here.
And this is Ross.
We got up way too early today.
What are we doing up so early? I thought we were waking up early to drink.
Yeah, that's we woke up early to drink. That's the real reason.
And what are we drinking today?
We are drinking Wise Monkeys, a Belgian Golden Strong from Manhattan Project Beer Company out of Dallas, Texas.
Nice.
Actually, Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
It's not like a Fort Worth beer that Clint would say, you mean Dallas?
Yeah. No. So today we're going to be drinking a selection from Manhattan Project Brewing.
We're starting with a 10% ABV here. That's a very full can.
Good smell already.
Smells Belgian.
So we're kicking it off hard with the 10%er. First taste, very Belgian. Spiciness from the yeast and get a bit of fruitiness. Maybe, well, I think it said...
That's spicy.
Yeah, I think it said peaches. So from the can, since Cutter's not here, it's a Belgian Golden Strong that packs a punch in a devilish drinkable package. When you raise the glass to your nose, you will detect a bit of fermented stone fruit, specifically peach and pear. Mm-hmm. It also has a slightly perceptible sweetness with a semi-dry finish. I can see that. And then on the bottom of the can, it's got a sweetness scale, which is odd because the other cans have a scale at the bottom, but it's not a sweetness scale. So
maybe it's, what they want to point out in the beer. What is that, about 71% there?
I'd say that, yeah.
So the can says that it pairs well with a peach pie.
Yeah.
I don't know who eats peach pie. Gross.
It's a southern thing.
I'm from the South.
I know.
Sea bass. Kick his ass, sea bass.
Yeah.
And Gouda, which I do love me some Gouda.
Oh, yeah. Strong cheese. Way better than Swiss. Fuck Swiss. I know I'll make some enemies saying that. No.
I don't know if you'll make enemies.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe Switzerland.
Nah. What are they going to do?
Be neutral.
Just, yeah.
They'll be like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
If I don't survive, tell my wife hello.
That's neutral.
Yeah, I get you.
So Manhattan Project Brewing, they have a bunch of... I don't understand the name, why they have the name, because they're from Dallas.
Right.
So if they were from Manhattan and they were making beer, I could see that as like a pun. But they're from Dallas. Or if they were radiation
nuclear people in the military.
Yeah, something like that. But no. But I do like the nuclear references and everything on their cans. So.
Yeah.
And Wise Monkeys is a reference to a billboard they had outside of, I think it was Los Alamos.
Okay.
Where it said, I got a picture of it, where it had the 3, the wise monkeys that you see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil.
Yeah.
But what the billboard said, I have an extra picture. What you see here, what you do here, what you hear here, when you leave here, let it stay here.
That's
kind of
there's
threatening. A picture of it. Oh, and it is threatening because on the top it has Uncle Sam rolling up his sleeves like he's
gonna punch you.
He's gonna take care of business.
Yeah.
So those are the Wise Monkeys.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, but what do you think?
So far,
first impressions, yeah.
It's definitely very spicy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's the first thing that hits me.
It really goes up in the nose, but it does smooth out really, really clean. Really, really nice finish.
Pretty dry. Not super dry, but
I guess that's the peach that's kind of finishing,
I think so.
right? Kind of like laying on your tongue.
Yeah.
It's good. I find myself lately looking for different types of strong ales. Or strong, something with a higher alcohol content. Because I guess I can appreciate when someone can put a nice beer together that has a high alcohol content, but then it's not like punching you in the face with
alcohol I understand
taste.
Unlike beer that we had last night.
Yes.
From Hop Fusion, which they do that with a lot of their beers. They push really the high ABV.
They do. Sometimes the flavors work, sometimes they don't. Yeah.
But the one that we tried was barrel aged, and that might have been why, because it had a really strong like bourbon whiskey flavor. Yeah.
Right. I'm okay with whiskey, but sometimes it's a little much for me.
Yeah, big, huge alcohol burn. That's not really what I'm after. It's not one of my favorite flavors, but
no.
But this is good. It doesn't have that. It really hides it pretty well. I wouldn't think it's 10%. It's a 1 for me right now.
It's a 1 for me.
I'm sure I could drink 3, but I'm not sure if I would really want to.
Right. It would take me a while to drink 3, and at the end of that football game, I would be a little off.
You'd be, let's get some wings, chicken poppers, call Domino's,
cheesy tots.
You can order Domino's online. I don't care. Call them. It works faster.
Drive to Domino's and order it there.
And have them deliver it.
And negotiate the price.
That's not how this works. It's not how any of this works.
Okay, sir, that'll be $13.99. I'll give you $9.99.
Never tried that.
Yeah. Just do it just to see what happens. Get some kid. They're like, you already made these pizzas, sir.
Yeah. Well, you got to do something with them, then.
Either they're just going to sit there, or you're going to give them to me for $9.99.
There you go. Look, we don't even have to open the register. I just give you this $10 bill.
You don't have to give me a penny back. That'll be your tip, sir.
Oh, that sucks. Anyway, so Manhattan Project Beer Company. From their website, it says, we make what we love. As with most craft beer businesses, Manhattan Project Beer Company began as a passionate hobby, although their love for craft beer precedes the formation of Manhattan Project. The group first came together in 2010 with a goal to design a ground-up beer to meet, not ground up, but from the ground up.
Okay.
Not just ground up.
I did consider what that meant in my head and when I realized what they were really saying.
So, a ground-up beer to meet certain specifications for a very important event. Carl and Misty Stanford's wedding, who I guess I don't know if they're some of the people involved. It was to celebrate their union and love for craft beer. The beer was a collaboration of the pair's favorite homebrew styles at the time, American Brown Ale and Belgian, which they're talking about... they'll talk about it later in this paragraph, but I didn't know if they were going to mention it. So during the 8-month design period, the group realized the unique synergy achieved by the combination of each person's particular skill. Their common goal was to create a beer that would be appreciated by the designers, other craft beer drinkers, and those not yet exposed to beers beyond the traditional American lagers. Project was a success, so spoiler alert. Not really spoiler, I don't know.
All those dead people.
I've never seen so many dead prostitutes.
Lord knows I have.
So the beer started as an American brown ale and evolved into a Belgian dark. Inception, as it was called, has a well-balanced old world flavor that has gone on to win multiple awards.
Oh.
But you can't get it in cans or anything.
Is it just on tap or?
The thing is, they don't have a tap room yet.
Actually, they do now have a tap room, and Inception is well worth the trip.
So they've been around since 2010, and I've never done a tap room.
Home brewers and stuff. But yeah.
Oh, okay, but yeah.
And they do brew, and they sell kegs around the city, and they obviously can. Because they've had cans for... I've seen them in stores for a while, months now. I don't know, maybe a year. Maybe more than a year. I can't remember, but yeah. So, but yeah, 2010, that is, it's almost 10 years.
It's kind of like RAR, though. Their whole purpose is to can their beers and get them out into stores and stuff. Because I mean, they're only open for like 3 hours a week. It seems like.
Well, no, they're open more. That's just when they do tours, like 3 hours a week. Because I was confused about that as well. Or unless they recently changed it. Because now they're open most weekdays after a certain time, but they only do the tours for like a couple hours on Wednesdays and then Saturdays.
I thought they were just open like twice or something like that.
Yeah, so did I. I don't know. But so I think this is a good idea because they get out there in the market and people like their beers, and then when they open a place, then people will come down and have their beers.
That's true. They'll probably be busy from the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. Unlike if you open a tap room and then you get your beers out there, then it's like it takes a while for people to start drinking your beers and know you're there, and by the time it's like, well, we're closed, we didn't get enough business. I don't know.
Right. And I guess the investment in case your beers are not well received,
I guess
when you don't have to pay for a tap room and constantly having pay for servers, all you're doing is paying for canning, really, and also the brewing, obviously,
contract brewing somewhere, around town, which I wonder where.
And even if you did buy your own facility, and if it's just for brewing, but you don't have to have like a place, like a bar and a tap room, that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure you'd have to have some type of setup for sales purposes.
Well, you'd just be a production brewery, and you sell it to the wholesaler, and then they'd sell it around. Or you distribute yourself. I don't know if you can't. I don't know, TABC laws, I don't know if you can distribute yourself if you're just a production brewery. I don't know. Oh, well. But back to Manhattan Project. Not the movie, but the beer. Did you ever see the movie?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Was it any good?
I liked it.
Oh, okay.
It was like mid to late 80s with John Lithgow in it.
Okay.
Nobody else famous that I can remember.
Yeah.
But a kid in high school steals some plutonium from where he works.
Bart?
Which is not Bart. Anyway, but where John Lithgow works, which is supposed to be a nuclear medicine facility. But it turns out it's a nuclear reactor. But nobody knows that. But the kid finds out, I guess, and he steals some plutonium, and then he builds a bomb to expose them. But then it's like, shit, I built this bomb, and then they have to figure out how to disarm it.
Disarm it there.
Yeah, before it blows everybody up.
Yeah, because I mean, like all nuclear stuff, once it starts to decay, right? That's when it becomes unstable. Yeah,
you can't.
The neutrons,
and I'm pretty sure he stole plutonium-239. That's also one of Manhattan Project's beers, plutonium-239.
Oh yeah. Is that one that we got?
No. Yeah, it is. Actually, we will be drinking that. That's their porter, coconut porter, which Chance is all kinds of excited
about. Yes, I love coconut. Oh, I don't. I was going to go, plutonium-239.
Okay, well, we don't need the last part.
I got to finish the Homer.
Weird. Yeah, but it sounds weird. Unless you're seeing Homer.
You can just insert Homer there.
Yeah, I can do that. Insert it wherever you... Anyway. But anyway, the group decided to formalize under the name Manhattan Project, given their creative, collaborative, experimental, and scientific approach to beer making. Oh, I guess it sort of makes sense. Not to mention the plethora of cool beer names like Half-Life and Super Fortress.
What's a Super Fortress?
The B-29, right? Super Fortress that dropped...
I didn't realize that's what that was called.
Fat Man and Little Boy on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, which are untold horrors of war.
Yes.
But so when they began branding and marketing their group, Manhattan Project entered the first competitive festival in May of 2013, taking first place in an American IPA with a light, crisp IPA called Hoppenheimer, which is a play on Oppenheimer, who built the... I don't know if he built it, but he planned out the first
correct
atomic bomb. And then once they actually made it, he said, "I am death, destroyer of worlds."
Wow.
Because he saw that it was, bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. But wise monkeys.
Wise monkeys. Remember back in high school when it was cool to say, "Oh, that's the bomb."
Yeah.
I tried to make atomic bomb, like something that was like even cooler than that. It didn't really go over well.
It
wasn't that it was bad, but it was just So I think I remember I said it, and people thought it was funny at first, but then it didn't become a thing.
Like Fetch. It's Mean Girls. Anyway, so Wise Monkeys. A little bit more about it. Belgian Golden Strong Ale, as we've said, 10% ABV, 30 IBUs, which quite a few IBUs there, but
Yeah.
I don't really get a lot of hop bitterness from it. I guess that's because there's just so much yeast character. It overpowers
maybe it's
everything.
the yeast, or maybe the alcohol content is kind of covering that up. I don't know.
The thing is, I don't get any alcohol.
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe they're all just kind of maybe
out.
just maybe. There's definitely like just like a generic strongness to the drink.
Yeah, no,
So
I get that.
It's probably a mixture of that type
It's
of,
really well balanced.
right. What makes it golden, other than the color?
It's just color.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I could probably do 30.
Yeah.
It's not heavy.
No, that's not heavy. It's not like filling my stomach up. So does it have in there when they became like a official brewery?
Yeah, September 2017 is when they started canning.
Oh, wow. So not very long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which, I don't know when I saw them. Sometime, maybe early this year is when I first saw them on the market.
I think I've seen them in the last year.
And I didn't see them because they weren't distributed in Austin. Now they do. Just a couple of them, though. I don't see too many. I definitely see their Hoppenheimer and their 10 nanoseconds, which is funny. The 10 nanoseconds is Milkshake IPA. And it's called that because when they were designing the atomic bomb, they needed a name for 10 nanoseconds for some reason. I don't know why. But that was the time it took for the uranium to decay. Wait, maybe. I think I have it.
That's
here.
a quick decaying.
Yeah. And that's why it releases so much energy, because
it's rapid.
decays so quickly.
I first saw these guys at Taps and Caps.
Yeah, they have them there.
And I was drawn to the can.
Yeah, I like the.
They have a nice.
It's pretty simple, and then it's got
it's got a matte finish.
The atom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the plutonium 239 that we're going to drink later. The coconut.
Oh yeah, because it's a black.
It's a black, and it's got that matte finish. It's they all go really
striking.
Well. Yeah. And I think my favorite part about this can it's got a gray and it's got this like goldish green. Well, I guess that's just gold.
Well, yeah, gold.
Goldish, gold. But then it's got the white rim at the top. The white just looks really good on the can everywhere. It's really nice. Nice green. It's wrapped too.
Yeah, and then at the bottom, it's got what it is in gold.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is well designed, I think.
And again, it's a really good marketing ploy where like you see that can, you're like, oh.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Project.
Yeah, really cool. So, but 10 nanoseconds decay of, we'll say it's uranium, but they had to come up with a name for that because they couldn't just keep saying 10 nanoseconds for some reason. I guess they needed shorthand. So
they came up with 20 nanoseconds is 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, and
10 nanoseconds is a shake. So, the 10 nanoseconds they named a milkshake IPA. Because it's a shake. Yeah,
that's really cool. That's clever. 3 shakes. You're playing with yourself again.
There we go. Yeah. What were we talking? Oh, I was going to talk about Golden Strong Ales. Okay, so there's a bit of a backstory before we get to the Golden Strong Ales.
Okay,
I got it from, I think it's Kegerator, which they have a lot of information on their site. It's about styles and whatnot and hops. I go there when I have questions about hops mainly. So the Belgian Strong Ale is a trickster, a wolf dressed in sheep's clothing. It looks unassuming, even innocent, dressed in the pale colors of a fine, easy drinking Pilsner. It draws the unsuspecting even closer with enticing aroma and playful, spritzy columns of carbonation until tentatively the thirsty traveler takes a leisurely sip and the trap spring of drinkability trips shut. It's a lot of the description there.
It's very descriptive.
Very
I felt like I was on a journey there, not Journey the band. It wasn't on.
No, I don't know. That's my best Steve Perry.
I thought.
Well, actually, no. That's the impression of the guy who replaced Steve Perry. That sounds exactly like Steve Perry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fake Steve Perry.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Golden Strong Ale may share many similarities with other Belgian styles, but when compared to other Belgians, it's a pretty young style. It's not even 100 years old.
Oh, wow.
Where other Belgian styles are hundreds and hundreds of years.
Right.
There's an interesting and maybe implausible story about its invention. Mortgat Brewery in Breendonk, we'll say Breendonk, was founded in 1871 by Jean Leonard Mortgat. You might know Mortgat now as Duvel.
Okay. Yeah.
They make some Belgians.
Right.
At first, the brewery did little to stand out among the 4,000 other breweries in business at the time. It was like any other farmhouse brewery, leaning towards dark farm ales. Over time, though, Jean Leonard gained a following. In 1900, his sons Albert and Victor took over. During the First World War, English beer styles were gaining popularity in Belgium. Albert decided to take advantage of this and began to concoct a plan to create his own beer based on English ales. In 1918, the brewery released a dark beer influenced by English brewing. They named it Victory Ale to commemorate the end of the war. That same year, Albert traveled extensively in the UK searching for a yeast source that would allow him to make something much more like an English ale than what they were making in Belgium. Because I'm sure anything that they made in Belgium was spicy and fruity, banana-y, sort of like that, yeah. But not like the dark fruits of like an English stout or something like that. So, yeah, he was traveling extensively, but no one really liked that he was searching for yeast. The other brewers in Belgium didn't like the idea, and UK brewers were suspicious of him snooping around. He finally got a break in Scotland where he was able to buy a bottle of McElwain's Scottish Ale. And that's kind of where things get muddy. It's possible and hinted at in some cases that he took the bottle without the brewery's knowledge, which wouldn't be the first time that something like that's happened in order for a brewery to learn another brewery's secrets. A well-known writer, historian, moonwalker, Michael Jackson, said, not the same Michael Jackson.
Okay. But he did moonwalk,
Oh,
though.
yeah, he loved
moonwalking.
He invented the moonwalk.
Cool.
Anyway, so he said that McElwain's was simply being imported to Belgium at that time, so Albert could have just bought a bottle. But that's not a very exciting story, and it contradicts the statement from the Duvel website, which says, at first he encountered a lot of resistance from local brewers. It was only after a real odyssey among local breweries that he eventually got his hands on the coveted sample. So either way, he got a G sample, though. So Albert enlisted Jean de Clercq, who wrote Textbook of Brewing in 1947. Jean was there to help analyze the yeast. The sample turned out to contain somewhere between 10 and 20 different yeast strains. Through painstaking process of isolation and testing, a single strain was finally chosen as having the most potential. This strain is still used in brewing of Duvel today. They began brewing Victory Ale with the new strain. It was still strong and dark, but now carried with it a noticeable and unique fruitiness. But you can't change a beer and keep the same name. So the story from the Duvel website goes that in 1923, during a tasting session, a local shoemaker called Van der Wouwer,
something. How many words were there? 2.
Okay. He shouted, "Dit is een echt duvel," which is, "This is a real devil."
Nice.
Probably referring to the 8.5% ABV of the beer.
That's what I say.
But the name stuck and the beer gained so much popularity over the years that in 1960, the brewery even invented a new beer glass, the Tulip, specifically for drinking Duvel.
Oh.
Yeah. Which in Belgium, I've read that a lot of bars and cafes and just breweries have their own special glassware to drink their beer and stuff like that.
That's smart because, I didn't realize this till recently, but my aunt and uncle-in-law are big wine drinkers.
Yeah.
And they...
Shout out to Aunt Kathy.
Oh, that's my actual aunt.
Oh.
My aunt and uncle-in-law, Steve and Charlotte.
Oh, Steve.
Yeah. They love their wine, and they were telling us about how they've done tastings where they try like wine in different types of glasses.
Yeah.
And that it'll make it taste different just in being a different glass.
That's weird. Yeah.
And they had us do that. And it was just like I think we did like one example.
Yeah.
And it was like just like a red wine, like a really dry red wine. And we had it in kind of like a smaller glass. We had it in one of those big, deep round glasses. Completely different taste. It's weird. I mean, obviously it was the same wine, but you got different attributes of the wine more emphasized based on the glass you were drinking out of, which was really, and so specific wines are better, taste better in specific glasses. And I'm sure that's the same way with beer.
Yeah.
I don't think that in America we do it right. I think that if we have a stronger beer, or like a brewery sells like a stronger beer, if you notice that they'll put it in like a tulip glass. Yeah. And I think that's just because
because they don't want to
limit the amount of beer that they're selling. And still have it at a good price. Yeah. But I don't think that it's necessarily...
Which is why this isn't a 4-pack.
Right, exactly. Well, that's true too. Yeah. But at the same time, like I don't know that small glass is doing anything different or emphasizing the best part of the taste. That might be
sometimes for some beers, yeah.
That might be like the next like generation of like this craft beer movement would be like being able to like drink the right beer out of the right glass. Maybe, I don't know.
I've seen a lot of glasses where it looks more like a wine glass, and it's nucleated at the bottom. They say so. It's like cut in a weird way. I don't know.
I see what you're saying.
Release, and it like helps it release the carbonation more evenly, and then it funnels the aroma to a smaller opening in the top. So it like a tulip, but a bit flatter.
Right.
But it's supposed to help make the beer taste better.
So it's kind of like when Bud Light had those riflings in the glass.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that Bud Light that did that? Or was it Miller Lite?
Yeah.
Because it has the rifling grooves, which causes
the Vortex bottle. Yeah. That was Miller Lite. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
So it shoots some beer in your mouth.
Yeah. It was so you could drink it faster and taste less of it. I don't know. I don't remember I don't really understand what their idea was there, but
it was just a ploy, just a marketing ploy to get people to buy it. Like the Coors turning the label blue or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
it's a nice coldness.
Yeah. Cold kills flavor, so
yeah.
The colder it is, the less you taste of
exactly.
it.
So. That's what you want from a Coors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, so they invented the tulip, and they had their strong ale, but it was still dark. It wasn't golden yet. So, but tastes in Europe had been slowly shifting for some time towards the new pale lagers. More and more of these clean, crisp brews were being served at local cafes and bars. Sales were dwindling for Mortgott and other such breweries, still brewing dark-colored rustic ales. So dark farmhouse, barney stuff. So to cater to the changing market, Mortgott decided to turn the Duvel gold. Once again, they went to Jean de Clercq to figure out how best to make the change. The goal is to make a light-colored beer, but keep the same flavor and strength of the Duvel. They did it by experimenting with the malting process until they were able to make a Pilsner malt light enough, because they were using darker malts before that.
Right.
Along with the malt, they added dextrose or corn sugar to help strengthen the beer without adding unwanted color, just like Miller Lite does. That's the corn that isn't.
Yeah.
It's not corn syrup. It's corn sugar. It's just a simple sugar that the yeast eats and produces no flavor, just alcohol. So it strengthened the beer without adding unwanted color or flavor. But the brewing and maturation process was also adjusted, becoming longer and quite elaborate. These changes took time, but finally culminated in the style defining what we know today as a Belgian Golden Strong Ale. The whole brewing and maturation process takes 90 days start to release.
Wow. From
beginning to bottling. So actually after bottling, because it has to sit to carbonate. Duvel made the first, and over the years, they have had many people making their own Golden Strong Ales because of this.
So Duvel's been around technically, like 150 years.
They've been around a long time, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
1871. Okay. Is that what you said?
I said about 150 years. So I guess that's 19 plus 19. So 138 years.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that's 29 plus 19, so 48.
So
So,
much
yeah,
math.
almost 150 years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, and then we got some. I've got some basic definitions of the Golden Strong Ale, but it's usually, elevated ABV, fruity esters, fruity aroma, taste, spritzy, so a lot of carbonation there, which I'm seeing. Mine is still got carbonation coming out of it, which is pretty nice.
It definitely makes you wanting more when you're done. Like, I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
Because of the dryness.
Yeah. No, and I think that's a good idea in like most beers to have it at really dry finish, because then you'll want more.
Yeah. So I finished mine.
Yeah.
Still one.
Yeah.
Still one. I finished mine while you were reading your stuff, so I cheated.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not cheating.
No, but like, it's good. I remember the first sip, I liked it, but I was like, oh man, it's going to be difficult to finish this one beer.
No, I had the same idea. Yeah.
But once I've had a couple drinks, and I think a lot of times with stronger beers, and the reason people won't give them a shot is that first drink is shocking to your mouth and to your taste buds.
I can see that.
Maybe even to like your nasal cavity, like just the whole tasting experience.
Yeah.
But what I've learned is that once you've given it a little bit, or give it a couple of shots, you kind of like get used to it.
Yeah, you acclimate your like taste buds and whatnot. Yeah,
that's kind of like whiskey. I'm not a big whiskey drinker, and so usually the reason I stay away is because I hate that first glass.
Yeah,
that first glass is just so much, and I don't feel like I'm enjoying anything. But if I push through,
burns.
That second glass is pretty good.
Yeah,
and that third glass is pretty good, and then I wake up.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. When it comes to whiskey, I am a lightweight.
Yeah.
I guess that's I don't know. I think anybody who has 3 nice glasses of whiskey is going to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think it'd probably not be a good thing if you were not feeling good, or still not feeling good after 3 glasses.
That means that you probably drink
way too much whiskey. Yeah. On a regular basis. But not to, no, actually, yeah. If you're doing that, maybe you should not do that.
There was one time I was hanging out with my wife's friend and her friend's husband, Jay.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out at their farm. And
Jay, yeah.
Yeah, and we started just like throwing back whiskey. And I was like, man, look, I'm keeping up with this dude.
No, there's no keeping up with Jay, man.
But that one night, I held up. I stayed up with Jay. Think of the typical like country boy, big old dude, big beard.
He's a hoss.
Yeah, he's a hoss. And he likes whiskey. Yeah. And I was keeping up with him, but I'm sure most days I would not be able to. Yeah. But I remember him being like, he goes, "Yeah, you're holding your whiskey pretty well."
He's a man's man.
Yeah, yeah. If that was what I wanted to be. Yeah, he would be.
Teach me, Jay.
Teach me your ways.
Take me under your wing.
Take me under your beard. That sounds weird.
That's what I should have said. He's got a good beard, unlike Cutter, which is not good.
It's clear that he washes it and probably combs it. The thing about a thick beard is you have to work on maintaining your skin below that beard.
That's true, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what shampoo does. Is it not only does it wash your hair, but it washes your scalp. I wouldn't know anything about shampoo. I haven't used shampoo in probably like 10 years.
You still got to clean the scalp, right?
So I just use body wash. It's there. It's just body now. Yeah, just pour it on the top of my head.
Yeah, like honey. Yeah, like dribbling down.
Yeah,
just like.
And I don't even scrub myself. I just let it dribble down, and then it cleans as it flows down.
Just let it sit there.
I just soak myself.
Yeah, there
just
you go.
like my dishes.
They need to soak.
You said that 4 days ago. Look, they're rusted through.
All right, I think we're getting good.
Yeah.
That
was a good.
So what do you want to go to next?
We're gonna do the gose, and then we'll finish with the stout.
Yeah,
or porter.
Porter. Which porter and stout is basically the same.
I love tools from Porter Cable. Yeah, they're not too expensive, but they have good quality and good warranty.
But they only have Cobalt at Lowe's.
Well, actually, Lowe's has whatever the Sears brand used to be.
Craftsman.
Yeah, they have Craftsman now.
Yeah.
Or is that Home Depot? That got Craftsman. No, it was Lowe's.
Home Depot has something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's been a long
Then
time
I'll
since
stutter
I go to Apartment Depot.
and shove it
need
up
to-
your butt.
All right, let's get our second beer.
Boom.
All right, so I finished my Wise Monkeys while you were getting the new beer, and I don't know what else I could add to what you said. I think you summed it up perfectly.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, spicy. I do get a hint of alcohol
Okay.
if I really search for it, but if I'm just drinking it, it's like, no, not really.
Yeah.
I just taste the spicy and a little bit of fruitiness there. Yeah.
I think that you could probably once you got on your third one.
Oh, yeah.
and
It's
you're
just
like
easy.
if you're watching football or hanging out with friends and you're not really paying attention, then all of a sudden you're like, okay,
This is something that I'd really want to drink really cold. Well, not really cold, but colder, on the colder side. Once it warms up, it might be more difficult. You might get more of that alcohol
Well,
flavor.
I think we both kind of noticed that as we were drinking this glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, this has a different scale on it. Good call.
Yeah, I know. It's got a. So this is their gose. This is the Bikini Atoll key lime pie gose.
There's a lot going on
And it
there.
has a salt scale on it.
Yeah.
Let's crack this open.
I wish I could mow with this.
Well, we got some mo.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, look at that. I love when the head just like barely creeps over
Oh,
the glass.
wow. That is nice. Salty on the nose. Maybe a bit limey. Oh, man.
Oh, that smells
That is
good.
good. That is really good. I don't even like key lime pie.
Wow.
This is really good. This is like,
Just like take a bite of the foam.
oh, man, that foam is good.
Isn't
yeah.
it good? That's crazy. I
That
never
is.
like foam.
No, like there's not really any flavor in the foam usually, but this one has,
Oh my god.
I think it's the salt. It's got that saltiness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which really adds a bit. I don't know. Is key lime pie salty? Key lime pie isn't salty, right? Or
I don't think so. It's got a sour kind
tart,
of like tart.
like
Yeah, there you go.
zing,
Yeah.
like a lime. Which the thing is, I taste graham cracker in this too. It's like not like one of the first flavors, but
Maybe like a crackery,
Yeah.
crumbly.
yeah,
Finish,
like the crust of a key lime pie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a cookie crust.
yeah, yeah.
Krusty the Clown.
Amazing. This is there you go. This is an amazing beer. This is this is a definite one.
I thought that this was just going to be like a pass by.
I was like, I mean, I like goses.
This is
but
officially
this-
my favorite Gose.
This
Oh my
is
God,
amazing.
this is good.
I know. I got to get more of this. I got to.
I'm glad this came in a 6-pack.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all over my mouth. Like I'm kind of like
This is so good.
licking my gums. Mm-hmm. It's good.
I don't care about the atrocities anymore that I was going to. Now.
So are you going to talk about the atrocities?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Not too much. But most people probably know Manhattan Project beer because of the Bikini Atoll, which got some press a couple months ago because it's named Bikini Atoll, which is where the U.S. conducted a lot of atomic bomb testing.
Right.
Which actually they did 2 atomic bombs, and the rest I think were thermonuclear bombs, which are H bombs.
Wow. Yeah. So
Which
this is where
I've
Gojira
watched.
comes from.
Yeah, that's Japan. They were just bombing the ocean.
I see.
Which you don't want to do because then you'll get a Godzilla.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
don't want that.
We were lucky that we only got radioactive fallout. But
Only.
it wasn't Americans; it was just Pacific Islanders. So it doesn't
cares?
count, right? Which is that was part of the problem because the Marshall Islands, which is where the Bikini Atoll is, they found out. And they were like, this is disrespectful to the survivors, to the people that died because of testing at Bikini Atoll.
Right.
Which it's pretty horrible that they were doing that. And on the map, even they changed the geography of the island when they did the first H bomb that they made there, which it was supposed to be, they made it with lithium-6 and mostly lithium-7. And the lithium-7 was supposed to be inert. But when it heated up, it reacted with like the deuterium that was produced by the lithium-6, and it's a fusion bomb,
Right.
the H bomb, because you have an atomic bomb, and then you have this other tank full of isotopes and everything.
It's a good baseball team.
Yeah, the isotopes.
Yeah.
Go Topes. Anyway, but so you have the bomb, the atomic bomb, and then you have this other tank which is fuel.
Okay.
So it creates a fusion reaction instead of fission, where the atomic bomb cuts an atom, in half, and the fusion is the energy of everything combining and reacting, and then the half-life degrading and then expelling all this energy, which is the second tank is fuel for the explosion, and the more fuel you have, the hotter it burns, the more it burns, and everything like that.
Right.
And so this one, which was Castle Bravo, which was the second round of testing, which I think this was 1954, and it was supposed to be 6 megatons, turned out to be 15 megatons. So, which was a lot more than they thought, and then it created a huge cloud of fallout from all this, like I think it was mostly coral that it threw up into the air, and then you have this cloud of radioactive coral, and then the wind is blowing it over to these islands like 20 miles away. It actually reached, I think it reached America, Japan, all over the world pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, which is really bad. And it's still bad. Yeah. And the thing, this was a huge accident that they didn't plan for. And it even changed the geography of the atoll there, which if you look on your can there, in like the top left corner, there's a little circle there.
Yeah.
That wasn't a circle before. That was there was some land there. It was actually in the water, a little bit off the shore, on a spud barge, I think it was, which if you know what a spud barge is, it's just a barge, and it's got these big pylons that it drops that stick into the ground.
Okay.
They keep it stationary.
Oh, right.
So they call it an artificial island, but it's just a barge, and it's just anchored there.
Anchored down, yeah.
Yeah, it's now like 200 feet deep right there.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a big hole.
That's a big hole.
Yeah, that's what, it's just like Cutter's mom.
Oh.
Anyway, no. It's not as much fun as Cutter doesn't. Anyway.
Right.
And that was a huge accident, and what I got like, oh, this is a huge accident. Oh, so they stopped. No, they kept doing it until like, I think 1960, and then a couple years after that, they said, oh, you can go back. It's not radioactive anymore. But then a couple years after that, they said, oh, no, it's super radioactive still because it's radiation.
Right. It lasts for a long time.
Yeah, and so it's parts of it. Most of the atoll is still radioactive. I think people were living over here on the right side, and they had to be evacuated.
Wow.
Yeah, and then unluckily, there was a Japanese fishing boat. See, there was a U.S. boat to watch it, full of dignitaries and Marines and stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know why the Marines were, because they were guarding the bomb before, and so they just moved them over here to the boat that was off to the east side. And then it was a huge explosion, which apparently bystanders said it felt like it was right on top of them, which it was over 20 miles away.
Right.
Which over twice as far away, there was a Japanese fishing boat.
Which one of the guys,
he said,
it was like snow falling, and I tasted it, but it didn't melt like snow. It was like dust, and because it was dust, it was all the coral and everything that was blown up and vaporized, and then was raining down. Yes, and so they and the ship, I think, is in a museum in Japan. Although I would think that ship was still pretty radioactive. It's not even a ship really; it's a fishing boat. Yeah. But and Lucky Dragon number 5 is what it was.
So this testing was happening before World War II?
No, this is after.
This is after. Okay.
Yeah, after.
Oh, because this is
to refine the atomic bombs to kill lots of people
in case.
The ones before the end of World War II, I think, were in Arizona and Nevada, that area, where at Los Alamos. Which, if you go there, you find glass in the sand,
right?
Because the sand got superheated by the explosion and turned to glass. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's kind of So, but I've wanted to do a Manhattan Project beer company for a while. I thought it'd be good to have you on because you worked with nuclear weapons, right?
I did.
Are you allowed to?
Yeah.
Say?
I worked with the D5 nuclear missile, which is carried on the
Ohio class?
On an Ohio class submarine, or a lot of people call it a Trident submarine.
Yeah.
It's a Trident missile, Trident 2 missile.
Right.
Or
ballistic missile submarine.
Or a ballistic submarine, or a boomer, They call them too.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're not sure what that means, one of those submarines, there's two types of submarines in the U.S. Navy.
Yeah, there's the attack type.
There's
and
the
then
fast attack, and then you have your ballistic submarine. Your fast attack is the one that's very agile, secretive, can sneak up on you.
They fight other ships.
Yeah. No, they do shoot tomahawks that go from sea to air.
Tomahawk missiles?
Tomahawk missiles, yeah.
Okay, not
and
just
they throw tomahawks.
I mean, it's a two-pronged attack, right? You got the missile under the water, and then you've got people on the top.
It's
like,
what do you do? What do you do?
Where do you go? You're not safe in the land or on the sea.
There's missiles coming at you. There's axes. There's
through the air
in the water.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but those are meant to. They can take out small fleets by being agile and secretive and you're not knowing that there's something there.
Right.
On the boomer submarine, if somebody was coming after us, we're probably not getting away. We have torpedoes and we can shoot, but we're not very agile because they're huge. They're like 4 stories tall. In the central compartment, which is the missile compartment.
Yeah. Well, the missiles are pretty tall, right?
Right. So they're 74. I think they're 74 feet tall around that area. They're huge.
I've seen pictures of them launching missiles and everything.
Yeah.
But I've never really understood the scope of.
So it's pretty crazy. To think about how they're launched is crazy because now keep in mind that they're 74-ish feet tall.
Yeah.
We hold 24 of them on one submarine.
Yeah.
That's all Googleable. So I'm not saying anything. The majority of the missile is just so they're ballistic submarines. So the whole thing about missiles, so that the whole point of them is they go into the stratosphere, and then the warhead, which is basically just the tip. Just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip.
That breaks off in the upper stratosphere, and then it deploys down.
Yeah, because that's the part that's atomic.
That's got the warhead, and then it's got all the electronics with the targeting software and all
guidance
that stuff.
system and all that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the main body of the missile is just fuel to get it up there.
Yeah,
right?
fuel in the propulsion system, and there's hydraulics and stuff involved in there to break the missile apart.
Yeah.
And so I got if you ever see one get launched. You actually launch those missiles from underneath the water.
Yeah.
They come up in basically a bubble that contains a 74-foot tall missile.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of shoots up above the water and kind of hangs there.
Well, because there's air in the tube, right? Or do you flood the tube before?
No, the tube is pressurized.
Because you'd have to ignite the missile, right? Yeah,
right.
Okay.
So the air is pressurized. It's not ignited yet.
Right, no, but you have to. If there were water, it wouldn't be able to.
It wouldn't be able to, yeah. So it comes up in a bubble. Then once it goes above the water, it gets up there and just kind of hovers there, and then the propulsion system takes.
Yeah, I've seen it because it looks like it wobbles a bit.
Well,
and
it comes up tilted, so that way the propulsion doesn't just go straight up and cause it to misalign, I think.
Okay.
And then it shoots off into outer space. You can look up pictures or videos of one going wrong and it just swirling. It's pretty crazy, but I worked with those. The warhead is really only, like you said, just the top pointy tip at the top of the missile, which was contained in the upper level of the submarine. We were told not to stay there for prolonged periods of time, but that's where I was able to get away and play guitar. So no one was ever up there.
You had to, they forced you.
They're like, if you're going to play guitar, get up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lead shielded to prevent your guitar from leaking into the rest of the ship.
Exactly. I actually, I didn't want my guitar to get damaged.
Yeah.
So the entire submarine, basically, you have the outer shell of this of the sub, and then there's basically a layer in between all the compartments in the outer shell.
Yeah, so an inner hull.
Right. Yeah. And so it's just open area. So I had it in a gig bag, and I tied it in the upper level, hanging into the outer hole, and it just hung out there.
Damn.
And you couldn't even see it.
Yeah.
No one even knew my guitar was there. And so whenever I wanted to grab it, I just went up there, and it was untouched. No one stepped on it. No one did anything up there.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of room there.
Yeah, there is not a lot of room. Exactly, yeah. And so it's kind of crazy to think that it just hung there for 3 months.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. I mean, what if the line snapped? Would it be gone forever, or
basically
until they went in for repairs and had to cut open the hole?
So my chief said that it would have probably slid all the way to the bottom of the submarine.
Yeah, I would think.
And then even though
you got something clunking around down there,
it's a tube, and it's circular. it's so large that the rate that it's curving is pretty minimal.
Minimal, yeah.
Right? So it's a slow, curvation.
Slow
so it would
there,
basically,
yeah.
it's still basically just a straight drop. It probably would have broken.
Yeah.
And then ended up at the bottom of the sub, and then at like a dry dock refit.
Yeah.
2-3 years in the future, they'd be
What
like,
the
"The hell is a guitar down here?"
Still in tune. No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey.
Now
man.
play classical gas.
Start playing Stairway.
Oh,
Look at the sign.
no, denied.
But yeah, we have to wear little dosimeters
Yeah. Okay.
to make sure we weren't getting
Yeah,
too much
when
radiation.
I worked in the radiology department, we had little badges and they had to send them away every so often. And
Right.
if you got a black badge, you couldn't ever work there anymore. Yeah. Well, because that was like your dose forever, because the radiation doesn't go away.
Right, like it's always there.
Yeah,
Crazy to think.
radiation, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what this Manhattan Project beer company is playing with, but you got to be careful. How much radiation is in? Well, there probably is a bit of radiation in the beer, but there's radiation in everything because of the testing at Bikini Atoll.
Yeah.
Actually, no, but yes.
So, do you remember what happened with the? I guess people say, "How could you put this on your beer?" And then they were like, it's just a name."
Yeah, basically, it's kind of stupid, and this is one of the things I don't agree with, that I don't understand, and
Right.
I kind of like that they kept the name, because it's like, we're not really hurting anybody.
Yeah.
But they also said that it was to promote awareness of the atrocities that happened there. They never did that. That never happened. They're not promoting awareness. They
were just
named
looking
it.
for names that would go with the Manhattan Project and their beer.
And I don't understand how the Bikini Atoll relates to a gose, but
Maybe because it looks like a lime, or
well,
maybe because it's
the regular one isn't lime. But,
yeah,
oh no, because it has this lime-shaped island in the center.
yeah.
Oh, wait,
it's
no,
really weird
that's-
how it's got the
And
veins
it's
just
green.
like that. Yeah.
What? How? No. There's a picture.
Maybe
of a
because
lime.
it's out in the ocean, and like those people, when they would go out on their fishing boats, they wouldn't take a life preserver; they would take a lime.
Saved by the buoyancy of citrus. Next time I'm drowning, I will reach for a lime. Yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, I'm behind them for keeping the name, but I disagree with them saying that it's promoting awareness.
Right, because most people aren't involved in
Nobody's going to say
building nuclear weapons or
nobody's
being
going
in
to
a
say,
position.
"Hey, what's this? What's this mean?" I don't know.
Yeah. I bought this because I'm against nuclear weapons.
Yeah, exactly. If they donate, that would be cool, though. If they donated like a portion of every Bikini Atoll sold to the Marshall Islands,
That would be cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, they don't have. I'm not saying they have to do that, or that's like
Right.
because it's just a name.
If that's I mean, but if you're going to say I'm creating
But
awareness,
yeah, exactly. If you're saying that, then you should be doing something, or put like the story on the can.
Right.
But what's on the can here is not that. It's, for one thing, it pairs well with ceviche. Which,
Oh,
gross.
look, what's the second one?
Yard work
Booyah!
and avocado. Which, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Like a tasteless avocado and this very tasty beer. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Avocado has
Nah,
lots of taste.
it's okay. I like.
Maybe they should have put guacamole.
I like an avocado, but avocado is pretty bland on its own. When it's just an avocado,
It is, but it tastes good.
Yeah, it's still good.
Yeah.
I'll still eat an avocado.
Yeah.
But it says the punchy sweetness of the key lime penetrates.
Is
the
it
crisp-
punchy? There's no N in there.
Ooh, yeah.
The punchy?
Poochie. He was the worst part of Itchy and Scratchy.
It's good.
Putchy. It does say the punchy sweetness of the key lime penetrates the crisp and tart flavor of the gose. Now add a touch of cinnamon and, yes, that's what I taste. Cinnamon and vanilla with plenty of lactose, and you might feel like you're sipping a key lime pie. Just like its predecessor, Bikini Atoll is light and effervescent in the most refreshing way. And the salt scale doesn't put it at that too salty. Yeah, but it's there.
Yeah, it's not over.
I think
salty.
it's a really good amount.
Yeah,
because there are some goses that I've had that are way too salty. This one is a good amount.
Yeah, because I'm guessing it's the vanilla. Give it that sweetness that matches the saltiness. It kind of creates like this.
And I really get
puckery.
That cinnamon, like a horchata is what. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drinking horchata.
That album, Contra, was a good album.
That was a good album.
Yeah.
I don't think I've liked anything after Contra.
No. Carol and Scott, my sister and brother-in-law, have really tried, but I think they do that. Like, it's like, no, we like them, and we'll listen to it. And it's like, this really isn't that good.
Is that why they still listen to
John Mayer? Yes.
Well, that applies. And there was another band that I haven't liked anything since their earlier stuff.
Raw Riot?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, man. I still liked them. But yeah.
I don't like the newer stuff.
Into Your Light was not good. And then
one of your first Facebook posts to me was posting a Raw Riot YouTube music video. And you said,
no, that doesn't sound like me.
Yeah, and you said something to the effect of, watch the girls on the strings. And then you said, and he goes, try not to get lost in Wes's eyes.
Yeah. It's really hard. He just...
I saw a lot of shows with them in Austin because I was friends with them.
I probably have...
And so we would go to these. Yeah.
Oh, friends with Carol and Scott, not friends with Raw Riot. I was like, what? When did this happen?
That'd be kind of cool.
This is all new to me.
Yeah.
Oh, so beer.
This is really good.
It is.
This is a good
It's
Keelan.
Amazing.
So I have some did you knows about the Manhattan Project.
Not the beer, but
about the actual Manhattan Project.
Cool. Yeah.
So
there's a TV show that I really haven't watched yet, but I'd like to. But it's super drama, and I want more atomic.
More actual
like
stuff. Well, so that reminds me of a topic. Don't let us forget to talk about the power plant that exploded. What was that?
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. Let's talk about that.
I forgot about that.
So the one dropped on Nagasaki.
I can count on one hand the 6 times that I've been to Chernobyl. Anyway, no. So no.
I started laughing as you started that joke because I knew where you were going with it. So the bomb that was dropped on Nagasaki, named Fat Man, was a plutonium based.
Plutonium.
And then the one dropped on Hiroshima, right?
It's Little Boy.
It was Little Boy, and it was uranium based.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. In the aftermath of the bombings, scientists at the University of Chicago created an allegorical doomsday clock symbolizing the danger man-made threats of man-made.
Dr. Manhattan made it, right?
Oh no, that's different.
Okay, but they move it forward every time. Like they currently have it, right?
Oh, so I don't know
the doomsday clock
of like effects that from or after effects from there.
No, just like in general. I think.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Maybe it's just like allegorical now. Like
right.
People just refer to the doomsday clock.
Yeah, maybe so.
But I thought there was like something somewhere where people like actually like nope, you're 2 minutes to midnight. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. No,
yeah, because it's 11:58.
Yeah.
p.m. Upon hearing of the devastation of Hiroshima, Einstein stated, "Woe is me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because it was some of his work that led to the creation of the atomic bomb.
Right. Yeah. The Manhattan Project led to increased research in ionizing radiation and eventually cancer treatment.
Mm-hmm. Which is the plus.
Yeah, if you believe that that's actually fixing cancer. So.
Or it created it.
Boom.
Zeitgeist.
Leslie Richard Groves. Yeah. So those were it. That's all I had.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks, Britannica.
Britannica? They still... Oh, man. I remember when we were growing up, we had a World Book Encyclopedia from 1982. No, I think it was like 84.
Remember when Joey got an encyclopedia for just the V?
Just the one.
We don't have to just talk about Vietnam. We can talk about anything. Vivisection, voluptuous. He just came up with all these words. And then someone was like, "Did you see that documentary on the Korean War?" And he's all like, "Oh."
Can there be any more Kims?
That joke wouldn't be okay now.
Yeah. Well, it's still, Yeah.
It's still,
Probably shouldn't have been at the time. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, this is a good beer.
It's a great beer. I love it. It's got the gose.
I'm always afraid of these beers that have some type of like, hey, this is a chocolate cake beer.
Yeah,
or
like
something like that.
like a gimmicky sort of thing.
Yeah, so that's when I saw that, I was assuming this is where it's going, but there is. This is.
I was afraid of that as well.
This is definitely taken like, hey, here's the key lime pie taste. Here's a gose.
And
here's
the
a
thing
nice,
is, it's
well-made beer.
Yeah, you still have the beer in it. Which the thing is, people do it and then they forget about the beer, and so you just have this like chocolate cake sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just like, what am I drinking?
Well, two beers. So both of these beers are ones for me,
Oh yeah,
and I don't feel overly full from these beers, which is one of
pretty
my
good.
favorite.
Yeah, really light.
We're about to have a porter, so that may change just because of the nature of a porter.
Right.
But usually, strong ales can make me feel kind of like I
yeah.
don't want any more beer.
I thought it would be more filling than it really was, and this one is like any gose, any good gose. It's pretty light, refreshing. Gatorade of beers.
Yeah.
My electrolytes are replenished.
Yeah, I can
Ready
go play some
to-
basketball right now.
I don't know.
Play some horse.
Yeah. But this one is really good because it's simple and you get the beer, you get the saltiness from the gose, and then you really, that key lime really comes through. I really wonder how much they experimented with this until they got it right.
It's cool because the key lime is at the beginning of your taste, and then it finishes with that gose, salty, like refreshing finish.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah.
Which we didn't talk about goses, but we really talked a whole lot about it on our gose episode.
Yeah.
You weren't there for that, though.
Yeah, I miss that. I mean, it's a. How long have goses been around? Are they? Is it a
Long time before Germany was Germany. If I remember correctly, the Bavarian purity law was in effect in, I think, 1565, 1500s sometime. And then the gose existed before that. So they weren't subject, when they were enveloped into Bavaria, they weren't subject to the Bavarian purity law, because without it, they wouldn't be able to add salt. Which the thing is, they probably didn't add salt. It was just the local water source was salty because it was downriver from a mine.
Okay.
So when they were mining, all those minerals came out into the water, and then they used that water to make their beer, and their beer was just naturally salty.
That makes sense.
Which nobody is really sure today if that was the case or if they added salt, but it doesn't make sense why you would add salt.
Yeah,
It was just in the water.
Yeah,
And so,
that's crazy to think.
and then over the years, I mean, there was less and less mining until now. Today, there's none. So,
Right.
and now if you use that local water source, it's not salty.
Right.
That
makes sense.
Not minerally like it would have
So
been.
you have to kind of recreate that kind of whatever. Yeah, I guess there's not a lot of drinks out there, just in general, that have a salt characteristic to them, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's martinis. Well, not martinis, margaritas.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess but I mean, they're not in the drink. You know
It's
what I
not,
mean?
it's not salty, but it's on the rim.
You use salt as a complementary.
But I mean, you get the olive. Well, if it's dirty, you get olive juice and all that.
That's how I like my my bologna.
Dirty.
Dirty. I just stole a joke from
Yeah.
Jim Gaffigan.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's a Jim Gaffigan joke.
2 bologna sandwiches. Make one of them dirty. Yeah.
You ready for that final beer?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So I've been super impressed by all that Manhattan Project beer has been so far.
Absolutely.
So hopefully the Plutonium 239 keeps up the streak here.
It probably won't for me.
Oh, man. I like the art on this because it's actually a plutonium atom there, it looks like.
Is that the there's a neutron
I guess,
out there?
yeah,
Is that
the
239 neutrons?
Yes.
I'm going to count them.
The nucleus.
No, the neutrons on the outside. That's
Electrons.
That's what I meant. No, wait.
Electrons.
Yeah, you're right. The electrons.
Neutrons have no charge.
Yeah, they're
so
no
they're
charge.
just-
Yeah,
They're
I'm
just
sorry.
floating around.
My bad.
Yeah, the electron. I don't know if it is 239, but
It's definitely not 239 because I did a quarter of them and it's not
not even close.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not 60.
What is this atom? Okay. Let's take a drink first, and then we can figure it out.
Yeah.
Maybe. Roasty.
Yeah.
Pours dark and a bit sludgy. Not in a bad way though, but
It's hard to get some head out of it.
yeah. You gotta pour it a little bit hard to get.
That's a decent head.
Yeah, you did.
I just want to put out there that I know that he claims to be, but I'm a better pourer than Cutter Moore.
Cutter more pour. As roasty. It's not bad. I don't get any coconut.
Yeah, maybe I saw some key lime pie. I'm gonna try throwing another one there. So when I smell it, it's definitely just I'm getting kind of like a chocolatey, roasty.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm picking up any coconut.
I don't think I did any either.
It definitely has a nice roasty finish. Can you tell me what I should be looking for in the difference between a porter and a stout?
Not much.
Really? Okay.
Porter.
I always thought
there's not
porter
much
had
difference.
had less sweetness and more hop forward.
Nah.
No? Okay.
It depends on the style, really.
Okay.
But porters in general are considered lighter than stouts, but it's pretty much the same thing. And you can have like a darker or heavier porter that basically is a stout, and you just call it a porter.
You called it a porter.
Yeah.
Are they made differently or
No.
Nope.
No, it's the same, pretty much.
Interesting.
Back when they first were around, there was sort of a difference because a porter was a mixture of old and fresh beer.
Right.
And it was sold really cheaply to people who worked as porters. And that's how it got its name. And then your stout, it was just a really heavy, just a regular, like, dark, heavy beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought maybe a stout had more like lactose base to it. or
A
anything.
milk stout has lactose.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, so not necessarily all stouts have a lactose factor to them. Okay, this tastes good.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting some like cocoa or chocolatey, like a dry chocolate.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So the can.
So there's 60 electrons here.
Yeah. So the can has a scale on it too, but it's a richness scale.
Right.
Its richness still, it looks like about 69%.
Nice. So neodymium has 60 electrons.
So that's what this is.
I guess
neodymium.
They should have called it but
Neo, the one.
Yeah.
Pairs this,
or is it neodymium? I don't know.
probably that.
But they use that a lot of cheaper speakers because it's lighter than nickel, I guess.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can magnetize it, I guess. It's magnetic like nickel, but cheaper. So you can create a stronger magnet with less metal. So it's lighter, but then you don't get the sound of like the old speakers and stuff like that.
Right.
But, I don't know if who knows if that matters.
Yeah.
Some people swear by it, but,
Yeah. So the can text says it pairs well with nuts, chocolate, and steak.
Yeah.
I would pair those three things together.
Yeah.
Chocolatey nut steak. Or nutty chocolate steak.
Well, it is your birthday. Chocolatey nut steak.
That's weird. If you like coconut and chocolate, this beer is for you. It's lighter on the palate than you might think, which means it is okay if the weather is warm and the food is rich. As the beer breathes, the freshly toasted coconut begins to shine.
And then it says Poochie for some reason.
No, that was the other beer. Is that how you pronounce that word, Poochie?
Poochie. It's not a word. Pucky? I don't know. Pookie. No.
Pucky.
So yeah, as it warms up, it should release more flavors. Maybe if it's warm, you get more coconut, or you get coconut, because as it is now, I'm not getting really any coconut.
There's a little bit of coconut in there.
Maybe.
Like a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Very tiny bit.
Maybe it's toasted coconut, because I've heard that with toasted coconut, it's subtle. I don't know. Or maybe they just wanted to keep the coconut subtle. But if you want a subtle coconut, don't call it a coconut porter. Because when I think of coconut porter, I think there's going to be some.
There's coconut in there. I can
coconut.
taste it.
Okay.
I'm starting to taste the coconut. It's on the aftertaste, but it's not. It's like if you were eating a coconut with it, then maybe it would be
Like Mounds Bar?
Yeah. Ugh.
Almond Joy.
Ugh. You're basically saying all the things that I despise in this world.
John Mayer.
Honestly, no,
Jack Johnson.
I'm not a fan of Jack Johnson anymore.
Jason Mraz.
I do still like Jason Mraz.
Okay. Taylor guitars.
Oh, I hate Taylor guitars.
I know.
Manufactured sound. They play
That's what
well.
they do.
They play easy.
Yeah.
Speaking of playing guitar.
Oh. Are we? Okay,
Yeah.
I guess we are.
I don't know how quickly this podcast is going to be up. Probably not in the next week. But I am playing in a show soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Van Dyke Brown.
Van Dyke Brown.
Yeah.
If you're wondering where that name came from, just watch Bob Ross.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, search them out.
Yeah. We're on Spotify.
Oh, what? Oh, cool.
Yeah. We're on Spotify.
Well, but you aren't.
I'm not on Spotify. The Van Dyke Brown is on Spotify.
Yeah.
Here's the crazy thing about that. I was at work a few weeks ago. I was going over a project with a coworker, and I got a conference room. Well, we got done with the project, and we were just hanging out in the conference room, and we were talking about like weekend plans or something like that. And I was like, I said something about practicing for my band.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, what kind of music is it?" And I told her, and then she asked what the band's name was, and I did, and she was like, "Oh,
Acid Country."
She goes, "Wait, hold on," and she got on Spotify and she followed Van Dyke Brown, which was crazy because it's a small band, a small local band, and someone who had no idea about me being in that band that was connected to me in some way was already following them, which was kind of a cool thing.
Oh, she was already following.
She was already following the band on Spotify and knew a couple of the songs.
Oh, cool.
Which was kind of crazy. It threw Van Dyke Brown for a loop. He was like, Van Dyke Green.
Van Dyke Green?
He forgot what color it was.
Colors. All right. Oh.
Did you ever watch Bob Ross?
Yeah.
Oh, I never did. Is it worth watching?
It's really... yeah and no, I don't know. It's you start watching it and you just get sucked into it. And it's like you're watching it and you're like he's putting on the yellow ochre and he's trying to paint a mountain and he's like and you're thinking it's like where the fuck is he going with that? Doesn't look like a fucking mountain. And then by the end it's like, damn it, Bob Ross, you got me again. That is definitely a fucking mountain. I see it.
Does he say like, happy little tree?
Sometimes, yeah. It's just like calming and soothing to watch him paint it. And he's just talking while he's doing in a calming tone. And the thing is, I don't know who doesn't know this yet, but he was a drill sergeant in the Air Force.
Was. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, and he said he didn't want to have a job where he screamed at people every day. So he just started painting. And his haircut, he had that for a little while, but he hated it. But he couldn't get it cut because they had Bob Ross paints and books and everything like that, sketch pads and everything.
So he couldn't ever change it because it was part of his
face was it was the logo. So he couldn't cut his hair.
If only he had like a more, not such a time stamped haircut.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Something that
stood the test of time.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Just like a regular haircut. Not a perm.
I don't know, but yeah.
Would you have had a perm in that time? If you were alive in that time?
I don't know. Yeah.
It's weird to think of like the haircuts you could have gotten. There was a time when I was in school where a haircut was to shave all your hair except for your bangs.
Ugh.
You remember that time?
Yes. Awful.
I don't
know why you did that.
Well, it's what everyone else was doing. They were long bangs too. Like it was like all the way to the back of my head.
Yeah. You had that like haircut for like 5 minutes, right? Or
yeah, because I got in trouble for it, so then I had to shave the bangs off. So, and then I did like the typical skater haircut.
What are you doing,
boy? Where it was like really long hair, but then it was shaved on the sides and the back.
Yeah.
Then it just fell over. In my high school, you weren't allowed to have hair that went past your ears. So it was basically the military. We weren't allowed to have facial hair in high school either.
Well, yeah, we weren't either.
Really?
No, because that's stupid. Why would a child need facial hair? You have to shave that. Shave that shit.
Why? It's high school.
Because you're a child.
You're a man.
No, you're not. You're a child.
Some are men.
No, they're still children.
I wasn't a man until
stupid children.
18, probably.
No.
You know, one of the weirdest things was, so the popular kid in my school was named Chance. Weird enough. He was the...
Is this about you?
No. It was not about me. His name was Chance Klimstein. That's
your name. No, wait.
He spelled Chance Chantz.
Oh.
I never told you about this guy?
No.
And he was like the typical popular kid. He was the quarterback for the football team. Not very good quarterback. He was bigger than most of us, just like
Chance Barunda was quarterback for San Antonio Desperados, right?
No, the wide receiver.
Oh, wide receiver. Okay.
Yeah. No, anyway, so he was the popular kid. And then of course he dated the cheerleader, like the top cheerleader or whatever, like the cheerleading
top of the pyramid
captain or whatever you want to call it. But I remember he had like a 5 o'clock shadow. And he just it was like unfair. Like I didn't even hit puberty while in high school, and he was like having like facial hair, and we would have like this summer orientation right before school, and he would show up with like a beard. Yeah. And I was so jealous of that. So anyway, I just remember a teacher being like, just like acknowledging that he was an attractive person. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And now these days we've seen how far that stuff goes.
Yeah.
So.
Which I don't know. Those people have problems.
Yeah. I mean, and it's always like when it's a female teacher, she's always like a kind of a really attractive teacher.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Doesn't make any sense. You can get any man that's
and you
legal age.
16-year-old. This kid's an idiot.
Doesn't love you.
And he's going to tell everybody.
Yes. And he's going to forget about you when he goes to college.
Yeah.
God. Once he realizes he can get someone younger.
Exactly what happened in Dawson's Creek, man.
Did that happen on Dawson's Creek?
Pacey Witter, man. Oh, man. Ugh.
I never saw Dawson's Creek.
Me neither.
It was on.
Yeah.
I just never watched it.
Yeah, I never wanted to watch it.
I automatically like lumped it in with 90210 and Melrose Place as just a girl show.
I guess it was like that, but for kids or teenagers.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait.
It was a good
Sorry.
harmony.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
I think that's going to sound really good. Just auto-tune it or something. No, don't even auto-tune it. Let's leave it pure.
I don't want your auto-tune.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we didn't do the wrong thing at the same time like last time. So let's do the song again, but you go lower and I'll go higher.
Okay. I don't want to wait for us to be over.
I think that's going to sound good.
Yeah? Okay.
We'll see. You tell me once you do it.
Okay. Listeners, tell us which one you prefer.
Call in.
Call in.
The switchboard is lighting up.
Oh, yes.
2 calls. That's our best ever. Hello? No, Janice doesn't live here. Hello? Yes, I am interested in long-distance savings. Very interested.
My wife is trying the porter. Coconut porter. Are you getting any coconut yet?
Not really.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, if it says coconut porter, I expect more coconut.
I agree with you. To me, this is just a porter.
I wouldn't say it's bad in any way though. No. But either put some plutonium in there or some coconut, and don't put a neodymium atom on the label.
On there. This is not a plutonium atom. I understand that 239 electrons would be difficult, but
make it smaller.
Going. Yeah. The key lime?
Yeah, so our favorite, which Michelle just asked.
That's my wife.
Yeah. Yeah, which is, I would say, key lime is mine as well.
I liked the Belgian strong.
It was good.
But it was nothing that made it stand out amongst other Belgian strongs.
It's not as amazing. This Bikini Atoll key lime was amazing.
How dare you say Bikini Atoll? How dare you?
Don't get offended.
Too late.
But yeah, that one was super surprising.
Yeah, for sure.
This one's not bad though.
It's just like a standard porter.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's anything remarkable about it.
I like the toastiness of it. Like it's
got good roast and
I could drink this in the morning.
Toasty bread, sort of flavor. Yeah, breakfast beer. Not a whole lot of coffee. A little bit, maybe. A little bit of bitterness in there. Little dark chocolate, maybe. But
I would say there's more coffee characteristics to this than coconut.
Yeah.
I get a little coffee out of it. Kind of like the aftertaste, like the finish.
Yeah.
Like a coffee finish.
Yeah,
like a
bitterness.
dry bitterness.
Yeah.
With a
Yeah, that's the thing about this one, too.
Chalky,
It's pretty dry, so it doesn't hang around long. It's not like something that's like super sugary or syrupy or anything. It's gonna
which is
make
what I
you
get
sick
from
after a while.
stout sometimes. Like it's
Yeah.
like it's too sweet.
It's
and
just too much. Yeah, it's good for one,
right?
but I can't drink more than that.
Like maybe I'll finish on that and then be done. That's my dessert. you know.
Yeah.
And also on the coconut, I keep thinking about like the coconut flavor that I'm getting. I don't know if I'm just trying to make it be there.
Yeah.
Or it's actually subtly there, but I think I'm going to revert
there,
back
it's
to
really
state.
subtle.
It's going to be either very subtle or I just, in my head, I know that's what I'm looking for, so I'm applying some type of idea.
You're expecting to taste coconut, and so you're going to try to taste coconut. I can see that.
Yeah. So you finished your beer.
Yeah.
So is it a 1?
It's a 1. I feel spoiled by the key lime pie.
I would even say that had we just had this and the strong ale, that I would have been like, I feel spoiled by the strong ale. I think the strong ale was, I'm going to go back and say that it didn't stand out amongst other strong ales.
No.
It's one of the better strong ales I've had.
I could say that. I
I think that this gose was so good. This key lime pie gose is just really good.
And the thing is, it's seasonal, so we got to buy as much as we can before it goes away.
4 more sitting in the fridge, so we'll drink those tonight while throwing axes.
Yeah.
The porter, though, is good. I'm really excited about maybe going to visit this brewery or trying more beers from this brewery because I think I've had 3+ beers from them. They're all ones. They're all good beers. I think that when you name your beer something, it should taste like that. And basically, I think that this porter, based on its name, misses the mark on as a coconut porter. But I think as a porter, I think it's good.
No.
And I think that these 3 beers show that this is a good brewery. They make quality beers.
Yeah.
And if I see them on the shelf and I'm considering beers, that's definitely a beer I'd consider.
Yeah, even their IPAs. I've had their.
Oh, you have?
It was coconutty, tropical, something Alliance. Let me see.
And it was from Manhattan Project? I honestly saw their beers and saw like the fancy can work, like the matte black finish and all the fanciness to it. And I was like, that beer is probably not good.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that?
If you over-design cans or something.
Sometimes a lot of times it's like you're trying to overcompensate for your lack of beer acumen.
This is like your big truck.
Right. Yeah. I don't have a big truck. I have dumps in my trunk.
What? But it was Atomic Alliance, which was Pina Colada IPA.
Oh.
It was pretty good. We had it at Taps and
Do you
Caps.
like Dancing in the Rain?
Sometimes, yeah.
But yeah, I think this is an A+ brewery, and I look forward to trying more beer from them. For sure. All the beers are ones for me.
Also, I don't think it's dancing. Is it?
If you like Pina Coladas.
And getting lost in... Or dancing? No.
Getting lost in the rain.
Yeah.
Getting caught in the rain.
Why did I say dancing in the rain?
Because you were thinking about Dancing on the Ceiling. That's a good song.
Is it? I don't know.
Lionel Richie. We can do it all night long.
Why'd you say it that way? Lionel.
That's how we say it.
Oh, okay.
Like Nihilators. Now and Laters.
Oh, I was like, what the hell is happening?
Why does everybody always say that? Anyway, so yeah, it's so did you said it was a 1?
All of them are ones.
Yeah.
The brewery is a 1, and I look forward to trying more beer from them.
Yeah.
And visiting once they're open.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same. Plutonium 239 is a good beer. Not my favorite of the night. Obviously, that would be the Key Lime Pie Gose. Really amazing. That was shockingly good.
Bring it back. Good. Bring it back, Manhattan. MPC or MPB.
This is something you need to make year round because I could always drink this.
Even if you just make it during the summer, that would be okay, but I prefer year round.
Year round, yeah. I would be interested to try their their raspberry just to see how good that one is.
And a raspberry is going to be less. Well, but it's similar to lime.
It's not going to have like that cinnamon and vanilla and stuff. Right. So, which was really surprising in this because it tastes like a whole pie.
Yeah.
As well as a gose. But yeah. But yeah, that's my feelings. If you want a good porter light stout, try the Plutonium 239.
Yeah.
You want good golden ale, go with the Wise Monkeys. And if you want just a really good beer or a really good gose, Bikini Atoll, Key Lime Pie Gose.
Absolutely.
And if this is any indication of their regular gose, that's really probably one to try.
Yeah.
And if I see it around, I'll probably try it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so one's all around.
For shout.
Mm-hmm. So thanks, everybody, for joining us. Find our other podcasts where you found this. Our Fort Worth ones are pretty good, and the other ones are good, too. But I can't think of anything else.
I think that's it.
Check out Van Dyke Brown.
If you like some weird music, or go fuck yourself.
Or not. I don't know.
If you like
not
music
everybody.
but like fucking yourself, do both. I don't care.
That's
some people can do that.
It's a possible. Yeah. Well, if that's what you want to. Hey, if that's what you want to do, go do it.
If you're happy, then be happy, bro.
There you go. Yeah. Positivity.
Bruh.
Bruh. That's what. So the thing.
I don't know what that means.
Bruh. That's what it is now. That's what we're doing here. All right, Gruh. All right. So, all you bruhs and grahs out there, thanks for listening. This has been Ross.
This has been Chance.
And this has been the podcast.
This is the podcast.
Thanks for sticking around. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Spotify, BigHeadsMedia.com, or anywhere there are podcasts. If you like what you heard, rate and review us on iTunes. Check out our Patreon. Find it at patreon.com/3beersinpodcast. Check out all of our awards. You can give as little as $1 a month to help us keep doing what we're doing. It really helps out, and we'll give you a thank you on the show. Or for a little more, you can remain anonymous. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 3beersinpodcast. Check out our website, 3beersinpodcast.com. You can find information about us in the show along with the links to all of our episodes and our really cool merchandise. While you're on our site, you can tell us what you like, what you don't like. If you don't like us, then why the hell are you still here? You should have turned us off long ago. But if you're just going to listen to us anyway, you should probably subscribe too. And if you'd like a transcript of our podcast, write down everything that we just said.
Teach me, Jay.
Teach me your ways. Take me into your beard.
Hello, I'm Rich Ferraro. I host the Forest Ramble, the intelligent Nottingham Forest podcast. Every month I'm joined by Stephen Topless.
Hello.
And the Maradon in the Midlands.
Hello.
To review and discuss what's been happening at the City Ground.
We provide match reports, sharing our thoughts on what we have seen. And our contributors Baz.
Hello.
And Jeremy.
Hello.
Chip in with analysis and nostalgia.
Subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts, search for Forest Ramble on social media, or visit www.forestramble.com.